welcome to my channel, and I am your fashion teacher. My name is Rockies. You're welcome. If you are new, make sure you subscribe because you don't want to miss out on any of our tutorials. Yes, you will learn one or two things from this channel. Yes. So now today's tutorial will be on how to make a monostrap maxi dress, which is going to be very, very beautiful and cute. So the essential measurements you will need, apart from the length of your sleeve, will be your bust circumference, then the length of the dress, and it will be better with shorts. So I'll be making it for one of my girls. So now back to today's tutorial. So here I have about 6 yards of fabric, but I need about 3 here because of the sleeve. 2 yards for the main dress and 1 yard for the sleeve. So with 3 yards you are good to go, depending on how long or slim you have. So now please follow me on Instagram, the Key Signatures, and on Facebook, Sewing Innovation. Let's get started. Here now I have just 2 yards of fabric here. You might be wondering it's so much, but it is not, because we need a lot of volume to make it so beautiful and maxi. So now since I have 2 yards and it's on fold, can you see that? So 1 yard for the front, 1 yard for the back. And for the lady I'm making this for, our bust circumference is 35 inches and the length of the dress is going to be 34 inches with seam allowance. Can you see the way I folded now? So I have a fold of 4. So I want this part to be on the lower part. So I'm going to take my ruler and make a straight line here. So from that point now, I'm just going to measure 34 inches. So then half of our armhole, which is 7.5. You can be done with these outfits in 20 minutes. But I am teaching, so it might take a longer time. So that is 7.5. So that's good. Remember I said, so we have secured the length of the dress, which is 34. Now, I told you the bust circumference for the lady is 35. So I'm going to get the quarter of that, that is 35 divided by 4. So here I have 17.5, then half of that again. So I have 8 3/4. But since we want more volume because of the elastic that will be on the neck region to the other armhole, so we need a lot of volume. So what I'll just do is this. Instead of that 8 3/4, I'm just going to make it like 15. So meaning I added like, so let's just say 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's about 6 inches more. So what I will do now is this, measure 15. So this is 15. So from this point now, I'm going to connect straight to the end of the dress, that is the hem. That. So what I will do here now is to just come up by 1 inch here, 3/4 to 1 inch. Then I'm just going to make a slight curve back to the hem. I haven't done that now. Let's come over to this point. So remember, then you need to determine how wide you want the shoulder area to be. So between 3 inches to 4 is fine. So what I have here is 15, then I'll come here to measure 15. So since the 15 inches has been measured here, then we need to determine where the shoulder measurement is going to be. Remember, it is wide because it will have an elastic. So here now your shoulder measurement is not really needed here. So now from this 15 inches point here, For a medium-sized person, just come in by 1.5 inches, and for a plus-size person, just come in by 2 inches. So for this now, I'll just come in by 1.5. 1.5 to 1.75 is fine. Can you see that? So from here is where I'm going to take my ham hole. So let me get my ham hole curve. To make it easier, 1.5 here. So here I'll just come down by 3/4 inch. Then get the midpoint. For the front ham hole, I'm going to come in by 3/4 inch. So this is the ham hole for the front. And then the back. Have you seen that? So now you are going to determine the wideness of the outfit. You want it to be on your shoulder, considering the 1/2 inch for the ham hole and 1/2 inch for the neckline. So I'm just going to make that 4. So just measure 4 from here and connect to this point. Have you seen that? So the next thing now is to just cut this out, and when cutting it out, don't forget to add your 1/2 inch seam allowance. So for this part now, it is after opening it that we'll now have to curve it out. So just keep this point straight. When I get here, I'll have to stop to add the 1/2 inch seam allowance. Then the back. That's what I have now. So I'm just going to open this up. So looking at this now, you need to determine where, so this part is going to be an off the shoulder since it's a monostrap dress. So you need to determine wherever you want your monostrap to stop. So it could be somewhere around here. It depends. So the lower it is, the better. So I think something like this is okay. Then you now have to make a curve. Take your time to do this. Just going to make use of my free hand to curve this out because it is wide. So this is the midpoint, because with the crease I know this is the midpoint. I'll just measure something like 5 to 5.5, which is fine. Then I can now, so take your time to get this. Then from here to stop somewhere around here. I'm just going to turn it to myself to take a look. So I'm satisfied with what I have now, so I can now trim that off. So this is what I have. So looking at it, the elastic is going to be here. So can you see that? So this is what we are eventually going to have. So now since I'm done with that, so I'm only going to trim out the front arm hole now. Right now, since I'm through with this, I'll now have to cut the sleeve. This is going to be a normal sleeve, while this will be an off the shoulder sleeve. it out. Right now I've cut out the sleeve, but let me quickly explain something. It is just your normal basic sleeve, long sleeve. So now here first, our normal long sleeve measurement is 22. So can you see from here down here, which is 22. So plus seam allowance, elastic casing, I added 3 inches to it, so making 25 in length. So after that, now this is a normal bicep measurement here. Now that's 8.5. So I had to add extra inches here, so that by the time I just put an elastic here, I will have a lot of puffiness around the lower part. So all I did was to add extra to that. Here I have 13 inches. So that's about 1, 2, 3, 4. So I added extra 4.5 to the lower part. So it is 4.5 more than whatever I have here. So that was what I just did for the normal basic sleeve. And then you need to note where the sleeve will be. So it's going to be like this, because it's going to be on the left hand side. So now for the front armhole, you know that is always deeper. That means I'm going to trim it out on these very parts, because this is the part that will be attached to the front panel. So now back to the off shoulder sleeve. So for the off the shoulder sleeve, all I did was this. From here, just measure from this cap height down. I have 21, but here I just measured 22. So why did I measure 22? Because there's going to be elastic here, there's going to be elastic here. So that was why I did that. So after doing that, all I will do now is this, and I measure the same thing I have on the lower part here, which is 13 inches, is what I have here on the off the shoulder sleeve. So before I place our main dress on this, I'll just come in by 2.5, because I want to have like a little flare here. Sorry, 2 inches. So this is 2 inches. So that's 2 inches. Then I'm going to take this, the main dress, because this has to match with this. Even you can just make the slant straight to the end of the armhole. So all you have to do is to just tack this off the shoulder sleeve to somewhere around the sides. So it depends on whatever you want. So now I'm just going to place this way. Let me see that. So this is the 2 inches line. So I'm just going to trace out the curve. So that's what I have. So from that point now, I'll just draw a straight line. This is my off the shoulder sleeve. So let me just set it for you to see what we have now. Can you see what we have now? So that is just it. So this is the main dress, this is the off shoulder sleeve, this is the basic sleeve. Now you can see that. So the first thing we are going to do now is to join the shoulder on the wrong side, please. So join the 1/2 inch. After doing that, I'm going to sew like 1/2 inch on the off shoulder sleeve. On the main dress too, I'm going to sew like 1/2 inch straight down on the side here. Then coming to this side, I'm going to join the sides here too. Then for the basic sleeve, I'm going to join the basic sleeve too by the sides. Before you do that, measure whatever you have on the armhole here. Measure whatever you have here, because it has to match. So whatever is left is what you take on the basic sleeve. So now let me just go join the sides of everything, the shoulder, before we continue. The sides, this side has been sewn here, here, and here. So the next thing, and also the shoulder. So what I'm going to do now is this. I'm going to turn it to the right side. So now on the right side, this is what it's going to look like after joining it. So I'm going to attach this sleeve to this on the wrong side, but I had to turn to the right side to see what it looks like. Then now for this, you can see the off shoulder area. Make sure it is matching this way. Then just take 1/2 inch all down. Can you see? So I'm going to sew 1/2 inch. So after attaching the sleeves now, I'm going to add an elastic to this and this, the end of the sleeve. Then we can now come to the upper part to fix the elastic. All the elastic, can you see that? And for all the shoulder sleeve. Then for the upper part, I've taken in the elastic casing, can you see? So the next thing now is to fix the elastic from the opening I left, because after sewing it all around, you need an opening to pass the elastic. I'm using a 1/2 inch in width elastic, so I'm going to pass it around. So for her now, her bust is 35, so the elastic I'll be making use should be around 30 inches. So let me just fix the elastic and show you below. That with just 3.5 yards of fabric. So in case you want more volume, you can increase the yardage. For her, for the main dress, I made use of 2 yards. So if you want more volume, you can make use up to 3, depending on your choice. You can see it's so nice and lovely. Please, if my tutorial has been helpful, please give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.